Okay, let's discuss about the computer system in this small video. So here we go. So computer is an electronic machine that accepts data and instructions through input devices, and then the processing takes place and gives us meaningful information. And this machine in the computer system at large has organization something like this: the keyboard and mouse and input output devices connected, other devices connected to the CPU, to the memory, to the RAM, BIOS, and then we'll discuss about it in detail. Now let's see. A computer system comprises of basically hardware, software, and liveware or user. And then together all this makes a computer system. Now as you can see in the picture, the computer system comprises of many components of the computer, and then all these components what you're seeing, the machinery parts, these are all called hardware components. They all are hardware components. Then we have got these hardware components are broadly divided into input devices, processing unit, and output devices. And then this further, when you look at it, you can find these devices, input device, processing unit, and output devices, are broadly categorized as external hardware and internal hardware. So external hardware refers to all the input and output devices, what we call as peripherals devices that are connected to the computer are external. They're connected externally from outside. So CPU box, CPU cabinet, CPU unit is different, and to that CPU unit, all these external hardware components are added according to the need. Whatever is needed for scan is needed for scanning the pictures and documents. We attach a scanner. If we need to have a video conferencing, we attach webcam, microphone, and if you want to listen music, we attach a speaker. And similarly, so all these devices what is connected externally, whenever needed, they are called peripheral devices, or they are also given name as, they come in the category of external hardwares. Now we look into the different devices, that is external devices. Now you can see, as you can see the picture, external devices are like printers, scanners, microphone, webcam, speaker, joystick, projector, light pen, writing pad, etc., etc. Whatever things are connected externally are all external hardwares. Now we'll discuss about the internal hardware components. So internal hardwares, as you can see the pictures, and describing it, internal hardware components refer to all the electronic components related to the processing unit. Inside the processing unit or inside CPU cabinet are called internal hardware components. Okay, so they're inside the CPU cabinet. You don't see from outside. They are all fitted inside and they are fitted inside the CPU so that we cannot interfere and we cannot affect their working mechanism inside the system. So here we come to another one. So look at the pictures of this internal components. As you can see, a processor is there in the first one. Second one is all the components, the heatsink and cooling fan and the internal hard disks. Then ports are there, the buses are there, the cords are there. Then you have got the down just below that you can see SMPS fan is there, and then you can see the microprocessor and other things. So these all are basically counting internal hardware components are motherboard, registers, memory chip, then ROM chip and RAM cards and microprocessor and SMPS and SSD drive, heatsink, cooling fan, bus, ports, etc. All these are internal. They are inside the CPU box, so therefore they are internal hardware components. Then we go to the next one is about the softwares. Now when you look at the softwares, they are of 4 different types. System software, we call them as operating system, and application softwares, nowadays we call them as apps, and utility softwares, and then we have got the fourth one, customized softwares. Now let's have a look at the softwares in detail, one by one. So first one is system software. This will manage the entire work of a computer system. To controlling the hardware, making the work done inside the system is actually performed by system software. And we can see it's Windows, Mac, Windows 11, and the Linux and Android. These all are system software. We call as UI, user interface. Whatever user interface you find in the mobile phone, mobile devices, or the laptops or the desktop, all those user interfaces has been given by system software. Then we have got application softwares, the software that we use for doing our daily job, like Photoshop for editing pictures and document creation, and then PowerPoint for presentation, listening music, VLC player, and so on, Google Chrome. Any app that we're using for performing any kind of task in our daily life, they're called application softwares. Then we have got the other category of software that we call as utility software. They're meant for better performance of a computer system. They maintain the safety and security by providing the best possible data safety for our computer, and even provides a facility to restore and recover the data in case it is lost because of the hardware failure, and clean up the hard disk. Unnecessary files are created, temporary files, and maintenance has to be done. That is done with the help of utility software. You can see partition recovery is there, data recovery is there, PC doctor is there to maintain the hard disks, and antivirus is there, disk cleanup is there, recovery software and backup is there. So creating backup and all this works has been done by utility software. So basically they are not meant for doing any other work other than system related tasks, handling the file, maintaining the safety and security of our data and information in the computer. Then we come to the next one is customized software. The software which has been designed and created according to the need and situation of the organizations and the workplace, like inventory management and like school software, like report cards and fee accounting, or we call it employee management. Now these softwares are created based on the rules and regulations and requirements of the individual company. So they are called customized software. They can be used only in the place for which it is designed and developed. It cannot be used for other places and other situations out of the area, out of the criteria and the things that has been set in the software. It won't work in other places. So it's only meant for one place and one type of work, and it will be utilized only for that purpose. Now here we come to the next aspect, how these softwares are related to the hardware. The first, you can see the outermost ring is user. So we users are in the outermost ring. As we are human being, we can't understand and speak the language of the computer. So whatever work that we want to make the hardware perform, like you can see the hardware inside the center. So hardwares are, they basically understand the machine language, and it's very difficult for us as human being to communicate to it. So we take the help of system software, which will control rather the hardwares for carrying out different types of jobs like printing, storing, or any other processing work that we want. Actually, hardware has been totally controlled by system software, and the system software is not directly connected to the user. It is, we are connected to system software through applications, because application softwares are the one that is interface through which we carry out our daily job. And applications software, whatever command and options and things we select and do, the application reports it to system software, and system software make the hardware perform the work. And then again, hardware will complete the work and report it back to system software. System software again report back to application. Application will report it back to us, user, through the monitor, to the sound, to the working of the printer, or anything that is connected to the system. So we come to know the device is working, the work is being done, the printing is done, or some file is saved, the messages are prompted on the screen. It's only because of the communication between the application software and system software in order to control the hardware. And in return to this, we get benefited because we are not dealing directly with the system software or the hardware. The application software is making the system software do the work, and system software is making hardware to do the work. And these all four are related to connect to each other. So if user is not giving input and thing is not being done, this system is useless. The system cannot work. So user, application software, system software, and hardware, all these are important components of computer system. So this is how the hardware, the user interface, applications, and user, how they are connected. This has been explained here. So now we go to next. As you can see the diagram here, the first on the extreme on the left hand side, the data has been input through the input device, and you can see the two lines are, the one is dotted line, other one is arrow line. Arrow line is the flow of data directly, and dotted line is indicating the flow of instruction that comes with the data for processing. So the instruction goes to control unit, data goes to memory directly, and then instruction will indicate the CU what kind of job is to be done. If it is having any kind of processing, comparison, or calculation, it will order the ALU to get the data and process it. So data from memory comes to the CU, and CU will pass on to ALU. ALU perform the calculation work, and then again send it back to memory, the result that is produced. And then from there, one output will go to the monitor. In case any special command is there, special option requirement is there for the output to be produced in other devices, other places, other channels, then CU will indicate through the command that is passing on to the output device. And this is how the information is produced from the data to information. Because data is not input directly only as a data, it is coming, it has been entered, and it's coming together with instructions. And these instructions have been well managed by control unit, and control unit will make the system work, store the data in the memory, and then flow it to the ALU in case needed, and then send it to, the result is sent to the memory, and then back the other output, the ultimate answer is produced into the output device. So this is how the data flows inside the CPU unit. Now let's see. So this is how it has been explained, flow of data instructions in the computer system. Now let's see the other one. And here in the next video, we're going to discuss about the detailed insight of internal and external hardware components. So whatever internal input device, output device, processing unit is there, or external devices with whatever things we are going to discuss all these things in detail one by one in the next video. So please follow up, and you can see the details in the long video in the video section. And if you are seeing this, if it is useful, just give a thumbs up. Thank you.